Imagine waking up to a deafening boom that shakes your entire house, only to learn that a massive explosion has claimed 16 lives just miles away. And that's the tragic reality for residents in rural Tennessee. But here's where it gets really gripping. This wasn't just any accident. It was at a secret military explosives plant, and the cause is still a mystery, leaving us all wondering, what could go so horribly wrong? Let's dive into the details of this heartbreaking event, exploring every aspect while shedding light on the community, the challenges ahead, and some bigger questions about safety in hazardous industries. On a quiet Friday morning, October 10th, 2025, a powerful blast tore through the Accurate Energetic Systems facility in McEwen, Tennessee, completely demolishing the site and sending shockwaves that could be felt for miles. Authorities confirmed that all 16 people on the premises perished, with no survivors found amid the devastation. The plant, nestled in a wooded area about 60 miles southwest of Nashville, specializes in supplying and researching explosives for the U.S. military, producing everything from bulk explosives to landmines and even small breaching charges like C4. Pictures from the scene reveal a haunting landscape: twisted metal, charred vehicles, and smoldering debris strewn across the ground, a stark reminder of the destruction. Investigators are still piecing together what caused the explosion, methodically combing through the incinerated remains foot by foot in search of clues. The site is highly volatile, with damaged explosives that could still ignite, making the work extraordinarily dangerous. To put this in perspective for beginners, think of it like handling a live grenade. Even after an explosion, the leftover materials can be unstable due to heat, pressure, and chemical reactions, potentially changing the scene over time. Authorities, including ATF specialists, are using bomb technicians to secure the area before national investigators can fully examine it. Sheriff Chris Davis of Humphreys County, visibly emotional during a press conference, described the scene as a gauntlet of emotions and urged prayers for the victims' families. He emphasized that this isn't like responding to a car accident or a tornado. It's dealing with explosive residues and human remains, requiring a painstaking, slow approach. Adding to the complexity, the sheriff cautioned that it could take days, weeks, or even months to definitively rule out foul play as the investigation unfolds. This raises eyebrows, doesn't it? And this is the part most people miss. In a world where workplace accidents can sometimes mask deeper issues, how do we balance trust in investigations with the need for transparency? But let's not speculate yet. The focus right now is on safety and recovery. The community, a tight-knit group of good old country people, as one local described them, is reeling from the loss. Many residents know the victims personally, turning grief into a shared burden. At a vigil held at Hurricane Chapel in McEwen, about 30 mourners gathered to pray, sing hymns like Amazing Grace, and offer comfort. Senior Pastor Tim Ferriss spoke of the emotional toll. Families who were initially numb and in shock on Friday had, by Saturday, become overwhelmed with sorrow, barely able to speak. He highlighted how tragedies like this provide an opportunity for the church to step in and support, but also noted the mental strain on everyone involved. Ferriss recalled past hardships in the area, such as a deadly flood years ago, underscoring how these events weigh heavily on the community's spirit. He even called for prayers for the first responders who are working tirelessly in hazardous conditions, physically exhausting and mentally draining. To aid in identification, state officials deployed a rapid DNA team. For those unfamiliar, this is a cutting-edge forensic tool that can quickly analyze DNA samples from remains, speeding up the process compared to traditional methods. With around 300 responders on site, including ambulances and helicopters for safety, the operation is a testament to the coordination needed in such crises. Pamela Jane Brown, a local resident, shared her heartache after hearing about the blast via social media. She attended the vigil to pray for friends and their families, finding solace in the community's unity. One acquaintance, who who was nearby when the explosion happened, was injured, covered in cuts and bruises, but is now recovering at home. It was a coming together, she said, a good feeling amidst the heartbreak. The Accurate Energetic Systems plant, based in McEwen, spans 8 buildings across wooded hills in the Bucksnort area. While the exact number of employees or those present during the blast remains unknown, the company expressed its thoughts and prayers on social media and gratitude to first responders. They've secured numerous military contracts from the U.S. Army and Navy, highlighting their role in national defense. But here's where it gets controversial. Working with explosives for the military is crucial for security, yet it begs the question, are we doing enough to protect workers in these high-risk environments? Critics might point out that while these facilities are vital, past incidents suggest that safety protocols could be stronger. Residents in nearby Lobbleville, just a 20-minute drive away, reported their homes shaking violently. Gentry Stover, jolted awake, thought his house was collapsing at first. Home security cameras even captured the loud boom, illustrating how far-reaching the impact was. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee monitored the situation and called for prayers on social media. Even students in the area were offered counseling on Monday to process their grief. This tragedy echoes a darker chapter in American history. The U.S. has seen countless deadly workplace accidents, from the 1907 Monongah coal mine explosion that claimed 362 lives in West Virginia to high-profile industrial disasters in the 1960s that spurred President Richard Nixon to create the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, in 1970. These events serve as reminders that while progress has been made, hazardous industries still pose risks. In 2019, Accurate Energetic Systems itself faced OSHA fines for violations related to protecting workers from hazardous chemicals and radiation. A detail that might prompt us to ask, if history teaches us anything, why do similar oversights happen time and time again? And adding fuel to the fire, just in 2014, another explosion at a nearby ammunition facility in the same community killed 1 and injured 3. Is this coincidence or a sign of broader systemic issues? As we reflect on this devastating loss, it's clear that the ripples extend far beyond the blast site, touching families, first responders, and the entire community. But what do you think? Should stricter regulations be imposed on military contractors to prevent future tragedies? Or is the current system sufficient? Do you believe that with advanced technology, accidents like this could be entirely avoided? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear agreements, disagreements, or any counterpoints you've got. Let's keep the conversation going and honor the victims by learning from this. For a quick visual recap, imagine the sight: smoke rising from debris-covered ground, vehicles burned to husks, and a forest of twisted metal in the heart of Tennessee's countryside. It's a sobering image that drives home the human cost of such operations. If you're new to stories like this, remember that explosions like this are rare but devastating, often leaving behind more questions than answers. Stay informed, and let's hope for safer days ahead.